Tony D and Little Joan with a political video. I wanted to go through Rick Scott's Rescue for America plan. The Lotus Eaters did it already. It's an 11-point plan. But there was some article calling it like crazy and extremist. And the Lotus Eaters went through the plan. So I'd like to react to it as well. I don't have much to add on this. That I pretty much agreed with them. But I just think it was interesting that they talked about this plan like it was the plan to destroy America, according to the Democrats. All right, so here are the plans, and I'm going to try to keep this so I could stay on YouTube, if you know what I'm saying, because I don't think there's anything that can't stay on YouTube, but you never know with these people. Number one, there's 11 points. Number one, education. Our kids will say the Pledge of Allegiance, salute the flag, learn that America is a great country, and choose the school that best fits them. We will inspire patriotism and stop teaching revisionist history of the radical left. Our kids will learn about the wisdom of the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Founding Fathers. Public school will focus on the 3 R's, not indoctrinate children with critical race theory or any other political ideology. 99% of that I agree with. The Pledge of Allegiance, I'm a little wonky on because it was written, I think it was written by a communist. But I don't know. Some libertarian article said that it was written by a communist back in the day. I'm not too big on the pledge. I mean, I think it's, you could tell kids to say it if they want. I don't know if it should be 100% like, I don't mind saying it, but, it feels weird to give a pledge. It feels weird. But, teach it to kids, I guess. And all the rest of the stuff, definitely agree with. I mean, maybe you could argue that the pledge is a way to kind of generate that, but we'll see. Number two, colorblind equality. Absolutely. Government will never again ask American citizens to disclose their race, ethnicity, or skin color on any government form based. We are going to eliminate racial politics in America. Yes. No government policy will be based on race. People will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. We're all made up in the image of God. Don't know why you needed to say that, but to judge a person by the color of their epidermis is immoral. Yeah, don't mention God too much. You turn people off, I think. But good point. Agreed. Safety and crime. The soft on crime days of coddling criminal behavior will end. We will refund and respect the police because they, not the criminals, are the good guys. We will enforce our laws, all of them, and increase penalties for theft and violent crime. I don't know if you need to do that. You just need to enforce the laws that are there. We will clean up our cities and stop pretending that crime is okay. We have zero tolerance for mostly peaceful protests that attack our police officers, loot businesses, and burn down cities. Yes. Yeah, I don't think you need to increase the penalties. I think you just need to put the ones back that were there. I think you need to enforce the laws equally. And I think you need, I think the cops, however, do have too much power. I think there does need to be police reform. But thanks to the lefties, we won't see that for a while. That's not going to be on the agenda for a long, long time. So thanks for that, lefties. But, this, in my view, this is important because it's a stopgap, really. We got to get control of things again. Immigration. We will secure our border, finish building the wall, and name it after President Donald Trump. Based. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you should probably name it after Trump. Why not? Put his name in big neon letters across it. Nations have borders. We should give it a try. President Trump's plan to build a wall was right. Ron Paul says walls that keep people out can also keep people in. But at this point, things have gotten so bad. This may be, again, another stopgap measure to get control over things. And then you could, you can always dismantle the wall. We welcome those who want to join us at building the American dream, immigrants who want to be Americans, not change America. We are a stronger nation because we are a nation of immigrants, but immigration without assimilation makes us weaker. Yes. Politicians from both parties talk about border security and do nothing. We are done with that. The main thing you should do is remove the incentives so that people come here and they're either got to be contributors or they don't get anything. That's the problem. People come here and they get a bunch of free stuff. I mean, this is the major problem in Europe. It's a major problem because you get a lot of stuff in Europe. They give you an apartment, money, and I mean, they put you right on the dole. Now, they don't quite have that here, but it's getting closer and closer to Europe. So I would say address that, but for the next 4 years to tamp this all down, sure. Growth and economy. We will grow America's economy, starve Washington's economy, very based, and stop socialism. Based. Socialism is un-American, will always leads to poverty and oppression. We will stop it. We will shrink the federal government, reduce the government workforce by 25% in 5 years. Fantastic. Sell government buildings and assets. Loving it. And get rid of the old, slow, closed, top-down government, run everything system we have today. Love it. Every word of that. Any of the problems in these 11 points is worth it for this alone. The libertarians will be doing a dance. Huge. Absolutely huge. Government reform and debt. We will eliminate all federal programs that can be done locally and enact term limits of federal bureaucrats in Congress. Now this, like the Lotus Eaters, I'm very excited about this concept. Oh yeah, because there's a lot of bureaucrats. They just stay there forever. Fauci being one of them. Fauci goes back to the 80s. The guy is in his 80s. He should have gone a long time ago. They should be rotating bureaucrats out after a while. And a lot of these guys go right into private business using their contacts in government anyway, but the guys who stay longer, they got to get rich somehow, right? Yeah, kick them out before that happens. Many government agencies should either be moved out of Washington or shuttered entirely. Love it. Yesterday's old government is fundamentally incompatible with the digital era. Permanent ruling class in Washington is bankrupting us with inflation and debt, so they must be removed. For you to have more, Washington must have less. Another great one here. Again, I think Ron Paul would be all about this. This sounds like it's coming right out of Ron Paul's mouth, doesn't it? I mean, he was looking to slash the federal government. Quite frankly, again, Carl and Lotus Eater said, I don't think this goes far enough. Slash it 25% every 5 years, right? Or every year until it's nothing. Yeah. Well, not nothing, but almost nothing. Fair, fraud-free elections. I think we could all agree on that. We will protect the integrity of the American democracy and stop left-wing efforts to rig election. Today's Democratic Party is trying to rig elections. Now, I'm just reading what it says, YouTube. I'm just reading what it says. Today's Democrat Party is trying to rig elections and pack the courts because they have given up on democracy. They don't believe they can win based on their ideas. So they want to game the system and legalize voter fraud to stay in power. In true Orwellian fashion, Democrats refer to their election rigging plans as voting rights. We don't allow the radical left to destroy our democracy by institutionalizing dishonesty and fraud. Excuse me. And we had the most fair and excellent election ever last time. Honk, honk, wink, wink. So, I think we're all about fair, fraud-free elections. Not that that's ever happened in the United States, ever. Honk, honk. Family. We will protect, defend, and promote the American family at all costs. Nuclear family is crucial to civilization. It is God's design. Again, you don't have to keep dropping God. For humanity, and it must be protected and celebrated. To say otherwise is to deny science. The fanatical left seeks to devalue and redefine the traditional family as they undermine parents and attempt to replace them with government programs. We will not allow socialism to place the needs of the state ahead of the family. Good. I'm for this because these socialists have gone too far. Gender, life, science. Again, YouTube, I'm just going to read this. Men are men, women are women, and unborn babies are babies. We believe in science. Men and women are biologically different, male and female. He created them. Again, don't do the God stuff. Modern technology has confirmed that abortion takes a human life. Facts are facts. The earth is round. The sun is hot. There are two genders, and abortion stops a beating heart. To say otherwise is to deny science. Who could argue? Religious liberty and big tech. Number 10, Americans will be free to welcome God into all aspects of their lives, and we will stop all government efforts to deny our religious freedom and freedom of speech. Nice tie-in. The Democratic Party and their big tech allies are not merely secular. They've virtually created a new religion of wokeness that is increasingly hostile towards people of faith, particularly Christians and Jews. They are determined to drive out all mention of God from public view. We will not be silenced, canceled, or told what words to use by the politically correct crowd. Yeah, I agree with all. I mean, I definitely agree with the woke part. Yeah, the woke gotta go. I mean, yes, mostly yes. It's just, I'm not sure quite. This will go too far. I know the Republicans, they'll go too far with this, but you brought it on yourselves, wokies. You brought it on yourselves. I'm perfectly willing to risk it going a little too far. I mean, I'm sure they'll pass a couple of things that'll be wacky, but you people have gone way too far the other way. The pendulum has to swing back. And finally, American first. We're all Americans, not globalists. America will be dependent on no other country. We will conduct no trade that takes away jobs or displaces American workers. Based. Countries who oppose us at the UN will get zero financial help from us. Totally based. Totally on it. We will be energy independent and build supply chains that never rely on adversaries. We will only help countries that are willing to defend themselves, like Israel. Yeah. I threw in Israel to mention it, for the base. Love it. I mean, what? I forget what particular point they were focused on that said this was bad. I forget. I don't know. The article picked on one tiny point of this that said, "Oh my God, they're going to destroy America." This seems totally a rock solid plan. I hope Trump goes through 99% of it and does it all. Especially 4, 5, and 6. 5, 6, and 7, I would say. 5, 6, and 7, the most important part. Maybe, and 4. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those, to me, are the most important part. And then the other ones, too. But do all these, we'll be back on track. And you look, they're not gonna. Are they going to get everything in this? No. They're going to get a lot of it. People want it. People want it. You've turned more people based, Democrats, Biden, and your ilk, than the Republicans could ever hope to turn based in red pill. They've brought the right together like no one has. There's a reason why there's a headline on Gab today that says GOP Salesman of the Year, and it's a picture of Joe Biden. There's a reason. The 11-point plan, check it out. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes, if you can imagine a more base take than that. Thanks for coming out to the Jersey Devil Fable Fest today. I will be in Mullica Hill next week at an arts and crafts thing in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. And join us all week for videos. And don't forget tomorrow to call your mom. Call mom. Or hang out with mom. Or buy her some flowers or something. And we'll see you next time.